What's good, YouTube? It's your main man, AB the Hero, back again with another video. Today's video is going to be a quick one. I want to talk about LaMelo's signature shoe line, the NBO ones, and really break down why I think that this signature line is being so successful.
Triple B's! AB the Hero, back at it, baby.
First off, thank you to everyone who elbowed the like button. Shout out to my man LeVar for doing the intro. I do think that his influence on the culture is really what helps. It's sad to say, but it's helping this Puma shoe from LaMelo Ball do really well. Now, we look at the shoe. This shoe is coming out, I think March 18th. This is also the shoe that LaMelo Ball debuted in the NBA All-Star game. And up until this point, every sneaker release that he's had under Puma hoops has sold out within an hour or two. Now, this is an interesting case because this shoe here, like I said, was debuted in the NBA All-Star game, will release for $125, but there are pairs that you can pick up already on StockX, on eBay, that are going for probably triple that amount, right? We look over here at StockX and you see the lowest ask for a shoe is $330, right? We go down here and click this, and obviously these seem to be limited sizes because they haven't came out yet, but ranging from 282, 270, 445. We can look at the most previous sales, and we see a bunch of size 12s went out, 300, 320, 12. So basically the price of these sneakers are always going up. Okay, if we look at the most popular iteration of this LaMelo shoe, you see the Rick and Morty's here. You can check out the most recent sales, and you see that for a shoe that released at oh, and these are only showing size 12s. Let's do this. Let's do all view sales. And then so you see a shoe that was released for $135. you know what I mean, folks selling for $300, $200, basically $300 a pop, which is pretty damn good. So I think that this is where I enter this conversation. I'm like somebody who, like most of you all, really got into LaMelo and kind of started following him based on a lot of factors. The kid can hoop, yes, a lot of people can hoop, but it's the narrative. It's everything that was happening with them, the Big Baller brand, and all of this stuff, right? And so for me, initially, it was kind of like, do you even cop these? Because it feels more like a corporate interest and a corporate entity behind it, right? And I don't really hop on here and then talk about J's, and I buy a lot of that stuff, but I don't necessarily highlight a ton of it. However, LaMelo's my guy. I appreciate him, the skill set and what they all have going. And then it is, for me, the investment properties of these sneakers, right? I told you, literally all of these shoes right now from LaMelo have sold out and are going for more than they originally, more than retail. Okay, here's one that I think that a lot of people are also sleeping on, is this version here, the black red blast. This version here, we see LaMelo wear these on court, but this colorway only came out in Europe. So while some of the other ones are, you know what I mean, all of them are going over retail, some of these sneakers are breaking the 200 mark just because you can't get these in the United States. All right, so to me, that's one big thing, right? But the question that I want to answer is why? Why is there such a market for a LaMelo sneaker? And a lot of these are not collabs. Obviously, the one that's most popular is the Rick and Morty, which is a collab. But if we go down here and you look at a lot of the other signature shoes from players, and there's a list with all of them, what we see is a lot of them are sitting on the shelves. A lot of these shoes look cool or whatever, but they're sitting on the shelves. A lot of these players are more popular players, more accomplished players than LaMelo Ball, but for some reason folks are not buying their sneakers. What I want to do here is I'm gonna scroll down. There's 22 players in the NBA right now with the signature shoe, and what I want you to do is keep a tally of how many of these shoes you would recognize. You know what I mean? If somebody walked in with them on and you say, yo, oh, them the LeBrons, oh, them the such and such, oh, I want some of those, I want a pair. So keep a tally of that. How many of these shoes you thinking like, damn, I might have to cop as we scroll down here? All right. So you got the LeBrons. Obviously, he's been in the game for a minute. KDs, these actually look better on the Nike website. CP3s, this shoe here was set to release, and they just really shelved it, right? It has never came out. But obviously, shout out to him with the FAMU colorway, all right? We keep going down. D Rose, who has... the man, he did such a great job signing that Nike deal. Whoever his agent was, whenever he signed that Adidas deal, I'm sorry, they deserve a high five, a handshake, and on a raise. The Curry 9s, those are cool. Dame Lillards, those are cool. Kyrie, this is a shoe here that Kyrie came out before release and said, yo, I don't support it. The shoe ugly, don't got nothing I want to, I'm not involved with it at all. Then he backtracked, but the shoe is ugly. This like little ankle patch, whatever thing here is terrible. You got the Klay Thompsons. Let's see, we got James Harden, stellar point guard, always in the news. If anybody was selling shoes simply based off hype and talent, you would think James Harden would be able to do that. Paul George has a signature shoe line that I feel like is a bit slept on, but also because it's super generic, but has some hype when he has a pair that has a collab, like the PlayStations and the Gatorade, all of this stuff. Russell Westbrook, his Why Nots, they fit his whole MO. To me, Giannis has the best aesthetically pleasing signature shoe outside of these LaMelos. You got the Donovan Mitchells, the Gordon Haywards, let's see, Kawhi Leonard's, he got them generic 2K player sneakers, the ones you start the game with. Eric Gordon, same thing, you start the game with them shoes. Joel Embiid, big men, traditionally don't sell shoes, and it's because they shoes end up looking like that. Zion is the one guy who, when we start talking about why LaMelo's shoes are working, Zion is the one guy who I felt like that model should work for him, right? But he has not been on the court. And I also want to point out that looking at this picture here, if you showed me this picture and said, yo, this dude playing in the NBA, I would not believe that based on the ankle calf ratio. It's crazy right there. Trae Young, a guy who should be able to sell sneakers. Ling Ning, CJ McCollum's, Langston Galloway's, and then you got the Puma Hoops LaMelo Ball. Now, to me, I think that the story behind these shoes and the narrative created from his time with the Big Baller brand is doing him such a good service right now. And I think that it's so hard because before I was talking a lot about Puma and the marketing. They're not doing like this crazy marketing that's hyping people up and getting them ready to buy shoes. People are really rocking with these sneakers for multiple reasons. One, like we said, there's an investment opportunity, right? And why is there an investment opportunity? It's because people feel like the hype around this kid and the success that he's had early means that 10 years down the line, if you got this first signature shoe, it's going to be worth something, right? Right now, buying it, soon as you buy it, you could flip the shoe for an extra $100, extra $50. So the ideal that people have is once down the line, we're going to be able to flip this shoe for some more money, right? It's going to be a collector's item of sorts. And so why is that though? Why is that? How, out of all of the players in the NBA right now, does LaMelo carry that much hype and carry that stuff? It's his story. It's his narrative. It truthfully has zero to do with anything that Puma has done up to this point. Outside of, they do have a dope shoe. The shoe does look cool, but realistically, to me, this scenario really shows the power that you have of telling your own story, right? And how once you tell your own story in a way that connects and really builds with the people, you can damn near do anything. Puma is selling out sneakers. Meanwhile, we could go over here and you look at these LeBrons with all of the technology in the world in them, all of the colorways, anything you want, you could possibly get from this LeBron sneaker, and they damn near got a full size run for you to pick up. In multiple colorways. These Kevin Durant's, all of the technology, the straps, the design language, all of the stuff in there that you would want from a guy who is an NBA champion, and for some reason KD 14, you can still get a full size run of them. CP3, I mentioned him earlier. They didn't even want to put out his shoes. You can search it here, and then you get a Jordan 1 colorway that they gave him for a team he used to play for. That pulls up. You see all of these guys from Adidas and their sneakers, and they all still available on the website. You come over here to LaMelo's, and the only shoes you're gonna find is the ones that ain't even came out yet, and you could sign up to be notified when the product drops, because you're gonna need a notification. I'm telling you, it's all due to the narrative. It's all due to the story created. It's all due to the back work that he put in. LaMelo's success is not one that it really happened overnight. And I think that folks have to speak to that. You look at the Currys here, you can still grab a couple pairs of Currys. Some of them are sold out, but I feel like the Currys, man, I know that they do limited releases of them bad boys. Because I don't know if I ever seen anybody actually wearing those bad boys off court. Here's what I'm saying, right? We go over here and you look at the Nike Zoom generations, right? LeBron James is one of those guys that I believe his first couple sneakers really did well, and I think that just over time, like, folks just not really rocking with some of these things. If you go back to a Michael Jordan, you think like maybe the first 9 sneakers had all of the hype behind them, and then now they might not the 9. Let's go to 14. First 14, I guess that's a lot. That's a lot. First 14 sneakers got all the hype, and they can release them bad boys today and people still gonna pick up. LeBron's first signature sneaker to me was interesting, or not interesting, because it's just a shoe that Nike created and then said, hey bro, we want you to wear this. This would be your shoe. But you see here, folks selling them on eBay right now, 20 grand for the whole collection of colorways. 3 grand, 4,500 here for the whole collection of colorways, brand new. And people still, this shoe came out in 2004, used versions, and people still selling them for a bit of money. So when you look at the LaMelo sneaker line and all of the colorways that came out with it, a lot of people aren't collecting them for the opportunity to get the payday on the other end of it. To me, I think it's a move. Here's the real move though. If you got a pair of these back in the day and you still got them on hand, or these bad boys, oh man, it's gonna be up and it's gonna be stuck, because like I told you, a lot of the value that's in these Puma sneakers is residual value from these MB1s, and if those shoes go up in value, these shoes here will be the ones that will really tip the iceberg when it comes to return on your investment. So I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in with me. It's your main man, ABD Hero. We out.
Hero. No, not peace. +1, triple B's. We out.